We are live. Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday live. Checking my sound. All right, I need to mute all my audio. Okay, good. We're ready to go. What's going on, everybody? Let me get some light on here. There we go. Good evening, everybody. You're here with Kenyon Ellis, aka the Kid. And let me get this, find out where this audio is coming from. Mute it. Test. Okay, that's out. And this should be good. Once again, oh man, I still didn't get it. Something has audio playing through. Can't mute that because then that'll drop all my audio. Okay, that's the only audio I should have. All right. Still got that feedback. You're here with Kenyon Ellis, Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday live. Okay, it's not there. It's out. I got it off. And tonight's topic is open topic, which you guys can bring all your questions to the table and we could discuss it. But between then and time that we have, I'm gonna add in a few filler files or filler videos. I have some video that's on my phone from an event that I was at recently. So I'm gonna plug that in and get that uploaded so that can play. I also had some questions from DJs from the Zone group that had issues. I'm gonna talk about USB cables. A lot of problems that a lot of DJ have, especially when using a controller, is that certain issues start to happen where either the controller freezes or let me make sure I'm on the right cam. Oh, there we go, right cam. Controller freezes or laptop freezes or something happens where there's a connectivity issue between the computer. I got a new toy that I want to play with. It's an issue between the computer. I probably should have did this in a different color. And this is harder to do with the computer or the controller. And that can be where the connectivity, and let me write it up here again. You got your, let me draw it. You got your computer right here, and then you have your controller. Add a whole bunch of buttons stuff right there. And sometimes This link right here, the USB cable, can be the issue that you have between your computer and your controller. Now, there are specific cables, specific USB cables that you probably need to start switching to so that you have less dropout issues and connectivity between your controller and your computer. So right now, all right, I got a monitor computer that's next to me. I need to make sure that it's on. I'm gonna pull out a whole bunch of cables, USB cables, and I'm gonna show you what to look for whenever you have that issues. Whenever you had an issue, somebody had an issue this week, and I told them that it might be, and it could be possibly. Still don't know. I don't know all the details. Whenever you guys submit a question, the zone group, either of the Serato group, Serato Nation, Serato 101, Serato DJ, or even the official Serato site, you need to state all the important information that's needed, like what laptop you're using. If you're using a Mac, what operating system, Windows, what operating system, what's the specs of it. And what I mean by specs, most of it is what's your processor and your RAM. Your processor will be something like a i5 or i3 or i7. That's if you're using Intel. Your RAM is going to be something that's going to have GB behind it, and it may have RAM, and it'll usually be either 4 GB, or 4. This is, yep, I need to write it up here. All right, computer specs. Processor, or let's say CPU. I3, I5, that's a bad I7, or if you have something real new and fast, I9 is usually what you're going to have. Now, your RAM is going to have, you'll see this behind it, GB, whatever the numbers is. And usually the increments are 4, 4, 8, 16, 32. And like I said, it'll have GB behind it. And this is the specs that you want to give. Now, if you're running something, if you're running like a video application, then you'll need to look for GPU, which is graphics processing unit. And it'll be the same. It'll be listed in GB, but usually it'll be way higher than what the RAM is. In it'll be in triple digits, like maybe, well, no, take that back, take that back. Usually it's going to be something high. It could be, it'll be like 2 GB, or you may even have 500 MB, which is megabytes, which is like 1,000. The GB indicates like a million. So 2 GB is more than 500 GB. So you want to make sure that if you're doing video, you may need to indicate that too. All right. Well, like I said, there are specific cables that you need to look for. I'm gonna tell you straight off one of the cables, and I don't know whether I have a spare one of those left because I usually use all those up. You're looking for a USB cable that has like a little cylinder device at the end. And at the end, it's usually at the the B end or the end that could that. Oh, just unplug my controller. You need the end that's this. This is a USB, and I might not be able to zoom in on it good. I hope so. Zoom in a little bit closer. It's shaped like a house, and this is USB port B, and this is the end that plugs into this. Logitech cams are not good on focus, but you get the idea. I think you know what I'm talking about. But that's the end that plugs into that, and you have a little circular or cylinder shaped device that's attached on here. And what that does, that removes any RF frequencies or any other frequencies to not pass into your device that is connected to. So you want to make sure that you have one of those, because you can have issues where you have some type of frequency, RF, EMI, whatever, something like that, that's gonna cause issues with connectivity of what you have. So we're gonna talk about that later. Right now, let me see if I can get this video.
Hey everybody, my name is Justin Williams, and I'm a music producer from New Orleans. A fella had invited me over today to talk about one of the things that's probably more important in my production than anything else.
All right, why is this video not stopping?
We often replace this photo device, and the impact it can have on the way that you make music is something that you have to experience.
Hold on a second. I think the batteries died in this keyboard. I brought a pack down here, but figured it was gonna last until.
I'm lucky enough to where I can travel to different cities.
And I got a commercial, YouTube commercial that's playing.
When I'm on the go, there's a few essential tools that I always do.
Oh yeah, that's one thing we want to talk about too.
In addition to that, you'll find me with a portable keyboard. In my case, you'll
And let's talk about that now, because something that's something real big that's going on right now in the DJ community. So one thing I'm gonna talk about. I know we're gonna talk about the USB cable, and what I just heard that brought up a recall is about the discontinuing of Traktor. Traktor has been out it's been out longer than probably any other DBS except for Virtual DJ. Virtual DJ may have been, I'm not too for sure with the history, but Traktor was in the process of Final Scratch. And I remember seeing Final Scratch probably back in 2006. Final Scratch was out before, way before Serato. Because I remember when the Guitar Center here in Atlanta, they had the demo display of Final Scratch that you can actually test in the store. Of course, nowadays they don't have any turntable setups that you can actually play with in the store. So that sometimes can hurt the sales. Trying to plug this thing in. All right. Let me make sure my cam's still working. And I'm not working. I can't get anything to change. But that's fine. All right. So, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the history. I don't even know why Traktor is starting, or Native Instruments is starting to shut its doors on Traktor. But first, let's pull up a little history. Because I don't know the full history about Traktor. So, trying to get the keyboard, the mouse, my trackball. All right, just go with this. Let's find Wikipedia. And I don't have operation with my my controller. Since I unplugged it, I need to restart that. So let me shut down the application and reopen it. Hopefully it'll come back up. Let's see. All right, cool. There we go. We're back up. Now, let's go a little bit. Traktor was initially released 19 years ago. In 2000, the most stable release is 3.0, which was been out over 10 months ago. Is being used on Mac and Windows. It's and I'm trying to scroll down so I can see this information. Let's pull up. All right, this is what it says about Traktor, the history. Traktor was first released in 2000. Initial version available were Traktor DJ and Traktor Studio, with Studio being the version with the most functionality. Version 2 of the software, known as Traktor DJ Studio 2, was released in 2002. The new features including Scratch micros and expanding looping, MIDI and cue point functionality. Version 2.5, released in 2003, expanded the time stretching functionality, added open sound control OSC support, and introduced GUI customization options. In 2003, Native Instruments expanded Traktor from purely software. They partnered with Stanton Magnetics, which is the Stanton company, and at this point they developed Final Scratch. So 2003, Final Scratch came out under Traktor. The software for Stanton Final Scratch digital vinyl system, which uses time-coded stamp vinyl control to control MP3s, whilst Stanton developed the hardware. Excuse me. This partnership allowed Native Instruments to use the Final Scratch timecode functionality in their own Traktor product. 2005, Native Instruments added vinyl emulation featuring the version of 2.6 of Traktor Studio, alongside live input, internet broadcasting, support for more file formats, and expanded MIDI capabilities. The version 3 of Traktor DJ Studio, announced in November 2005, added 2 more playback decks for a total of 4, built-in EQ and effects, Beatport online store integration, and a 4-channel mixer. It was rebranded to Traktor. Where am I? Lost myself. It was rebranded to Traktor 3 on October 11, 2006. When the partnership between Native Instruments and Stanton Magnetics ended, at this point, Native Instruments began manufacturing their own DJ hardware components. On October 16, 2008, Native Instruments announced Traktor Pro to replace Traktor 3. It included an update GUI, revamped effects interface, and updated queuing and loop features. The subsequent software, Traktor Pro 2, was announced in February 10, 2011, and released on April 1st, 2011. New features included multi-channel support and support for a large number of concurrent loops. Native Instruments announced in early 2018 that an entirely new version of Tractor, both hardware and software, had been under development. The new version, entitled Tractor Pro 3.0, was released October 18, 2018. Now, out of the information that I read there, this is what I get out of Tractor. Now, when they first started, they started off Tractor as software only that used hardware from another company. It's kind of like what Pioneer, or well, let's not use Pioneer. Let's say well, it's kind of like what um Rain and Serato did. Rain was hardware, Serato was software. And that was like maybe after Scratch Lot or the SL2 box, because one of the boxes was branded. If I remember right, I think the SL1 was a branded Rain product, something like that. But anyway, the difference that I see with Tractor and a lot of other DVS, and a lot of you guys know this, that you can use Tractor and Virtual DJ on any sound card, on virtually any sound card. You could use it on almost any controller, any mixer, any DVS capability, anything that's Serato. You can. I mean, it may take some mapping and some tweaking to the software, but a lot of people are doing it now. Like the 72 is becoming a mixer that can be used with Virtual DJ and Tractor. So when they came out, they started Tractor off Native Instruments. They started off as software. They partnered up with Stanton, and they had the Final Scratch. After a couple years, they dropped the Final Scratch and came out with their own hardware, which is what a lot of companies are doing now. Pioneer did that same thing. Pioneer was once Tractor and Serato, and now they dropped Tractor a couple years back. They dropped Tractor, but kept Serato because Serato was their meat and butter, their bread, their not meat butter, their bread and butter. Because if they wanted to stay in the DVS game, they had to keep it there. Serato was the game changer. Serato was the leader, especially here in the States when it comes to DVS. A lot of DJs use Serato. I mean, you have some that use Tractor. Tractor, in my opinion, is more of international or a UK DVS. You may have more users across the pond over in the UK, Europe, Tokyo, Japan, China, anywhere else than you do here in America. In America, Serato is the number one recommended choice that a lot of people go with. So Serato led, and Pioneer needed to keep that. Pioneer kept that, and at that point, they ended up dropping. They ended up dropping Tractor, and when they dropped Tractor, it was the DDJ, the Pioneer DDJ T1, I think, something like that. It was a good size controller that they made for both Tractor and Serato. The only difference was the number or the model. You got the T1 for Tractor and the S1 for Serato. But even with the Serato, you possibly could use it for tractor if you want to, but you can't do reverse. Any tractor sound card, you can't use it for Serato. Serato has some type of software or maybe hardware packaged in to where it won't work on other systems. It'll only work on their system. So um, that was the thing there. Let's see what else. And I lost my mouse again. I had it. There we go. Okay, that was okay. We've got a lot of stuff. They had they came out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They came out with 9 mixers or controllers. Mostly everything else. Pioneer probably have way more than that, just with Serato alone. So Tractor kept everything in house. That's one thing that you gotta look at too. They had everything in house. They didn't have to upgrade every time a new controller or a new device or a new issue by keeping by by keeping everything here. All the issues was contained. Now Serato was everywhere, or Serato is everywhere. And I'm finna write over my face. Serato has Pioneer. Serato has Mixar. Serato has you got Reloop. Who else? Who else am I mixing? Newmark, which I mean now it's all in the same company, and then Rain. I'm sure there's probably 1 or 2 more. Now every time, yeah, my hand. I got to get used to using this. Every time Tractor have an issue, it's usually in house. Their hardware and software is right here. If they have a software issue, it's in house. If they have a hardware issue, it's in house. Now with Serato, all their hardware is here. Software is here. So whenever there's an issue with this new device that came out, they have to release a version. They have to release another version. If Newmark comes out with a new mixer, that's another version. If Mixar comes out with a new mixer, that's a new version. Every time these hardware companies change, Serato have to produce another update to keep up. And I did this last week. Last week at the end of the show, I pulled up the Serato archives. I didn't actually count, but I'm sure there's probably like 20, maybe 30, maybe even 40 different versions of Serato and Scratch Live, or just Serato alone. There's at least over 20, maybe 30, because you got Serato 1.0 versions, and there's at least 10 or more. Then you got Serato, um, yeah, you got Serato DJ version 1, and then you got Serato DJ Pro 2.0, which now is probably up to, I think it's 2.3 or 2.4. They just had a new version or beta version that's out now. And like I said last week, don't upgrade. Don't put it on your working machine. Even Catalina, if you need to update the Catalina, don't change it either.
Or I can play melodies on the pad controller.
So make sure that you don't do that. Don't upgrade. Don't upgrade your operating system, and don't upgrade, especially to a beta version. Now, if you have a laptop or a desktop at home and you're not worried about things crashing and you want to go through and be a beta tester, by all means go ahead. You can put yourself at risk at that point. So I wouldn't take that chance because you don't know what's going to happen. So I'll just say hold off on the upgrades. All right, but as for why Tractor is closing their doors, I mean, right? I don't know if they released a statement saying why. It may be because the decline of sales, and that's usually one thing that happens when a company's not doing too well. Now, Tractor has only released one DJ mixer, the X the X1 two. What is it now? The Z2. Excuse me, the Z2. And did they ever? No, they never did. Okay, they did have a Z1. What does Z1 look like? I can't remember what the Z1 looks like. Guess I've probably seen the Z2 so much I don't remember. But they released two mixers, Z1 and Z2. That's it. Usually, all the other companies that I mentioned, Pioneer, Newmark, um, Mixar, Reloop, Rain, they've produced several different mixers that uses DVS, where Tractor only produced two. And the Z2, it's been out for like a long time. I think the Z2, isn't the Z2 is as old as the Rain 57 or something like that. But it's it's long overdue. They never did release a Z3 or another version, and so they called it quits and they shut down the doors on Tractor. And now they're focusing on their production stuff, which is Machine, the control software, which I had around here somewhere. I think I got my disk is still in the drive. So right now they're more focused on production stuff, and Machine is, yep. Here's my disk. And not going to block the drive. Okay, I can't get it out. Drive is being blocked. So that's the thing with Tractor One, with Tractor. And let's see. Hold on a second. Gotta, all right. Let's see if I can get this video up and playing. Get a quick break real quick so I can quench my thirst. Where are we? Wait for my phone to connect. And the video I'm about to pull up is from an event that was held here in Atlanta, probably maybe about 2 weeks ago, that a DJ had hosted. All right, let's see. I'm waiting for, where is my Let me check the checking to see if I got any. Now, if we got anybody that wants to go live, everybody that wants to join me, hit me up. I'm about to post a link, and I don't know exactly where I'm going to post it, but I'm going to post it somewhere anyway. All right. Oh, I forgot. I can. If you want to join live, click on the link. So, like I said, if you want to join live, click on that link. Still waiting to see on my phone. And I think I need to open up iTunes because I shut down the process for iTunes. All right, so did we have anybody that wanted to comment on the tractor issue? Okay, I see why it's not connected now. All right, I'm waiting for video. Okay, I won't be able to do it because I've shut the service down. So I can't open iTunes either. So I'm about to figure out another way around that, which I do have other stuff, other applications that I can open. All right, we got any questions or anybody that wants to talk about anything that's going on? Because first thing what to talk about was wanted to do the USB. I'm gonna do the USB in a minute when I can go and get the cables. They're in the box on the other side of the room. But the video that was playing while I had turned this other computer on remind me about the tractor issue. So I wanted to get into that because may wanted to know why that issue was happening. let's see. I need to upgrade program. All right, let's go ahead and move into another topic. The next topic, and this one is likely, is the new version on the Mac, which is Catalina. And Serato does not support it yet. So they've been telling people to hold off, don't download Catalina because it's not ready. And this is what it says from Serato website. Well, this is okay. This is for both Mac OS 10.15 Catalina not supported in Serato DJ or Serato DJ Lite. Mac OS 10.15 Catalina is currently under beta, but is not yet supported for the use of Serato DJ Pro, or Serato DJ Lite. And it says in bold text, not bold caps, but just bold text. We strongly recommend you do not update until we announce a support. Now, there's been some people out there that has jumped on that. If you just bought a brand new Mac and that's the operating system on it, then you kind of stuck with it. So you're basically stuck with a laptop that you can't use with Serato yet because they don't have their program updated to run on it. And it continues on. We have been performing tests with beta releases of Mac OS 10.15 Catalina and have noticed significant issues which we are currently working through. We hope to announce the support for Mac OS 10.15 Catalina in both Serato DJ Pro and Serato DJ Pro Lite after the public release of Mac OS 10.15 Catalina. It may be worth disabling automatic updates to avoid potentially clicking the install update button, which is in the top right corner of your MacBook Pro, and the Mac OS pop-up notifications by going to System Preferences, which is click the Apple icon top left. Then go to System Preferences, App Store, automatically check for updates, uncheck it. And that's what you want to do to make sure that it doesn't automatically update, because if it automatically updates, you're screwed. There's a way around it, but I don't really think I need to talk about that unless you step your foot into that landmine. So and I think let's see what the newest update. Let's bring that up because that's one thing I want to talk about too. They got and it's beta. Okay, right now they only got 2.2.2, but they have a newer version 2.3, which just came out. I think it was yesterday. I don't know. I haven't checked my email for that account recently, so I'm not for sure exactly when it came out. But I know people have been posting and talking about it. So let me see. Let's see when that came out. Oh, that's the wrong one. The thing is, how can you get that version? I've seen it somewhere, but now I can't find it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Was it 2.2? I thought it was 2.3. Okay, here's the. Okay, it's a beta version, and let me see. I am about to bring it on screen. Oh, come on now. All right, here it is. It's actually 2. It's not 3. 2.2 public beta, and the features that it's supposed to be have that it listed. It says Serato DJ Pro 2.2 beta comes packed with compact full of new features, and let's just say one of them makes it a lot easier to DJ during the day. So that must be the demo, and I think it is 3. It's not this one. This one is the old version because they already came. Yeah, this is old. This is from May. This is the old version. This one is already out. So it was 2.3 beta, but I can't find anything about it. And I know somebody posted about it recently. Try to find out where it is. Somebody out there got that link, send it to me. All right, where are you? I think I know where it was. It was in a different group. It was in the Serato Nation group that I saw. Yep, it is 2.3. And why is it that I can't find it? Can't search for it. Trying to find out what is it. What are the new features? And I think I may have found it. Ah, they blocked it, man. Can't get it anymore. Access denied. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's available. Or shoot, that's not it. Trying to find out how to get to it. So anybody know what is it in the new version that makes everybody want it? What new features? And this is what I get when I try to go to that page. My buttons are not working. I get a 404 page not found. So Serato has blocked the site, has blocked from downloading. If I try to go to Pro, and let's see if I can find it through here, through downloads. Nope, 2.2.2, triple twos. And they already had the date mode released there, so I don't know what to say about that. All right, let's see if I can go ahead and run. Uh, be able to open my video and let that play for a minute or so. How long have we been going live? It's a little bit under an hour. Probably cut this short to about an hour and a half, maybe shorter. Okay, it says not connected. Okay, this is not right. Yes, sir. Hello?
Father,
Yes. Make it quick. I'm on the air. I'm on the air now, live. What's up?
I'm at the door.
Okay. All right. Be there in a second. All right. Bye. All right. Let me see if I can start this video up real quick because I got my son that's at the door and he doesn't have his key. No. Or let's see. I need to refresh it. While I'm letting it refresh, I will be right back. Need to disconnect. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I am back. Y'all let me know if you can or cannot hear me. I am back. Can you hear me? Probably should have disconnected mic from my shirt. Then went and answered the door. Test, test, test. Okay, mic is working. You can see that. All right, sound if I need it, and we're good. And I can't find information on 2.3, the beta version. If anybody has any information, or even if you have the beta version, let me know so I can get it and see how it works. Because I got a Mac machine that I can run it on. That's not a performance machine, and it says Serato DJ Pro 2.3 has arrived. We're thrilled to release this beta update, which includes improved HID platter response on Windows 7. So if it provides platter response on Windows 7, it also does it for Windows 10. And performance improvements for streaming services and motorized platters. So there must have been issues with Tidal and SoundCloud, because those are the two services that was used for streaming. As for motorized platters, that may be the Rain 12, the NS7 line, and the V7 line, and who else am I forgetting? There are Denons too that may be also affected by that. But I didn't know that those issues had exist. So if anybody has a copy of that, hit me up, let me know so I can check it out firsthand. I mean, I'll be willing to be the guinea pig to test it out, because like I said, I got a '09 MacBook and I got an '11, and they're dual boot, which that is another topic for another show or YouTube video that's going to be coming up soon, to where I'm gonna show exactly how to run through that process. All right, so we talked about Tractor. We talked about the release of the beta version, Serato DJ Pro 2.3. I guess the only thing that I got is why is this not syncing up? It's the USB cables. All right, let's see. I have access to my files. Let's see if I can find the video. Okay, when was that event? That was, let's see, today's the 17th. That was that the 2nd? No, it was, it's on the Sunday. It was on the 1st. So let me go all the way back to the 1st. Can't see these icons. We can move the screen up. Anybody out there, anybody that may be watching, have any questions? Let's see, what's the date? That was the 8th. That may be it right there. That was the date. Okay, yep, that's it. And let me pull it down here. Okay, so the two videos that I'm going to play, I have to download it. Too large. So let me find the location, download that one. It's going to take a minute or so. And then after that one get finished downloading, I'm going to start the other one. Let me grab the box of USB cables. Because I may have the ones that I need to discuss. And I may not. Got my favorite ones right here. Ones I use the most. Box over here so I can grab some out of there if I need to. Video is almost finished. All right, so that video is finished. I'm gonna go ahead and play that video. And then while that video is playing, I'm gonna get everything ready for the USB discussion, as well as tag the person that requested it.
Just feel music, you just know it. And I'll be here second, and then Robert else.
All right. Some reason the video is not playing at full potential, but I'm gonna see what it's gonna play back. through here.
So, keep your sound at 12 o'clock. The sound's gonna already be at 12 o'clock, so you don't even know. Leave it at 12 o'clock for the next guy that's getting on.
All right, let me pause it for a minute because it's not set up right in this player. Okay, it's not showing in the frame right. I had this set up earlier. Let me try this. Delete this. Go back, add it. And I see now I'm probably gonna have to add it every time I open it up. Man, how many wonderful media players I have open? Says I have other media players open. Okay, most of it is where I had my phone. I was trying to set it up on the tripod or stand. So let's see, got like, oh, not that one. Let's see. That's it. That's it right there. And there we go. Now I can start playing.
Keep saying at 12 o'clock, I'm gonna just use the so when you get on the whatever turntable you get on, the sound is gonna already be at 12 o'clock. So leave it at 12 o'clock. Just chilling. What's up? Baby Styles.
Oh man, I did that by accident. All right, let me go back to that video because I cut it short by clipping on another clip that I was trying to actually download, but I ended up cutting that. Take it right back. Further than that.
Some may say you're better than your dad. Some may say. Let's cut this up. Why not? I have an idea.
All right. Well, that is the end of that video. I got another video. I think this one is much. I think this one is either longer or shorter. And I need to download it first. Yep, this one is going to take a while. And that was a event for a scratch session, to where anybody could have came out and you could learn various scratches. When I got there, which was like about an hour late, because I had to run to ATM to get cash, because they only took cash to park. So I got there at 8 o'clock, but they had just started. I had checked with everybody. They said, well, we just started. Before that, I guess they were just doing meet and greet networking and the introduction and stuff like that. But they had actually just started, because they were doing the baby scratch, which is the most basic scratch out there. So that's where they started first. And I was trying to remember, what is it about this cable? What you want to look at when you're looking for the better USB cable that you have, you're looking at the jacket. Of course, thickness is going to be a difference too, because the one that I'm using for my controller device, that's controlling all my scenes and stuff, it has a thinner cable. See that cable right there? That cable is thinner than this white cable. This white cable is much thicker, and that's not just because of the outer jacket. The 5 wires inside of each USB cable, except when you move up to USB 3.0 or higher, has 5 wires in it. When you get 3.0, I think it's either 7 or something like that, but you have a little bit more. You have more wires in it because there's a faster transfer speed. Now, what I was telling somebody earlier, that if you ever cut the cord of a cable, black is ground, red is 5-volt positive, green is negative data, and white is positive data. So the green and the white is where your data travels. So you got 2 wires, and you have all this bandwidth throughput that's going through just 2 cables. Now, USB 2.0, the fastest speed for that is supposed to be 480 megabits per second, which you think is maybe fast, but if you got a lot of stuff going on from controller, you have tracks for 2 songs. Excuse me, tracks for 2 songs, effects, samplers. You got video, everything that needs to be synced between the two, that's running through 2 wires, and that can take it up and make it run slower and bog down. So what I tell everybody, try to find a better cable. These are some of my best cables. This one is an HP cable. It's rated at 480. And then this one right here, this is a monster cable. And let me see the jacket on this one. If I can find it, because I think I saw it earlier. And you have to look on here real good. Looking for AWM. And let me write that down. This is what you're looking for on the jacket. Then I'm gonna play another video and tell some more stuff. Uh, And this is the thickness. This indicates right here, this indicates the thickness of the wire. And it also has a slash and "2C plus." And I think that, if I remember right, I gotta look this up. No, the plus is a little bit further. It's not directly with the C. It indicates two different things. You got 26 and you got 28. Yeah, that indicates the gauge of the wire. The 4 wires that you have inside, you got one wire that's 26 and two, well, no, excuse me, you got 2 conductors or 2 wires that's at 26, and you have 2 conductors of 2 wires or 2 wires that are 28. And the 26 is the thickest. This one is going to be thinner. But I don't remember which one is which. You're going to have one set that's going to be for your power, one set that's going to be for your data, and I think the data is the 26. The data runs on the 26, and the 28 runs on the 28 runs power. So you got but that's what you're gonna look on the jacket. And let me see if I can get a close up to what you want to look at. When you look on the jacket, let me try this cam. Let me change over to this one. And let me flip it around. There we go. So you can see it, how I'm looking at it. Come on, zoom in. Keyboard out the way so it zoom in on it. So, can't get to zoom in on it, but right there on the jacket. Let's see, magnifying glass. That's what I can use. Hold on a second. This should help. Let me clean the glass because it's dirty. There's my spray. All right, let's see if I can get that out there. All right, let's see. Here we go. Okay. And it's right there, but that's what you're gonna look for. You need to look on the jacket and find out what the gauge of it is. That's the monster cable. The monster cable has the 26 and 28. Let me see. Now this other one, this HP is, shoot, this one is reverse. It's 28 and wow, it's 28. Well, it's the same. 28 gauge slash 1P, which equals 1 pair, which is the same as 2 conductors or 2C, plus 26 AWG, which is the thicker gauge at 2 conductors or 2C. So these cables are about equal, with one being slightly, one has a thicker one for power, the other one has a thicker for data. But let's check with the basic cable. I have a bag of them. Actually, I have a whole box of different cables, even some of the cables that I got out now. But I'm actually just going through the ones that you actually will need, which are the ones with the house shaped port on it. That looks like that. This is one. This is a Belkin cable, and let's see. USB cable for optimum data transfer, and it got a lot of information on it. Got the patent Oh, this one is a 28 gauge and 20. So this one is and yeah, this one is the gray one that I'm holding. This one right here is thicker than both the white one and the black one that I'm using. The monster cable and the other one, and this is a better cable, and it's this is a Belkin cable. And I'm gonna change the color. This one is what did I say it was 28. So this one is 28 AW. Two conductors and 20. And you can notice a difference. You probably can't see it, but the one on the bottom is thicker. Get in a little bit more. The one at the bottom, the lighter gray one, right here on the bottom, is separate like this. This one right here is thicker than this one, and it's not just the jacket; it's the actual wire. So the second set of numbers, whenever you look at it, is for the data. This one, because you have a plus that separates the two. This one, power, and this one, data. Which this is gonna be the red and black pair, and this one is gonna be green and white. So make sure you make a note of that whenever you're looking at your cables, looking at the gauge. Of course, by feel, the thinner ones, like here's a blue one. 26 and 24. So this is one that I really don't want to use that much because it's not, well, let's see, 26 and 24. Yeah, I don't know. I might want to add that one. Let's see, here's another one. 28 and 24. Okay, I should have another one. That one came as pair. These two are the same, 28 and 24. Which the first is, and let me look that up. I was looking that up while I played a video. Let me play this other video, and while that video is playing, I'm gonna get those specs right on what's what on the cables. So give me just a second. I'm gonna play this video. All right, hold on a second. Nope, video. That's what I need. We stop this for a second. Stopping it for a second. So, well, shoot, it should be playing directly from the hard drive. So, I don't know why it's glitching this. There we go. All right, that's it. And that was from Cipher on the 8th of this month, which was 9 days ago. 9 days ago, a little bit over a week, almost 2 weeks ago, to where they had a cipher, and it was a scratch session and tutorial. But the video that you just saw was the where they did the carousel. If you're not familiar with the carousel, is a process to where you have two or more DJs that circulate around in a circular motion. I mean, moving around to where each person is doing a beat juggle of a specific track. And the thing is, you have to keep it up. What another person do, you have to follow up behind them and keep it up. You have to keep it up to where it's in a looping motion, and it's each person taking a turn. It can be up to, I mean, I've seen it up to. I did one before where the last one I did, it was five, maybe five people up on stage at one time that did it, and I don't know whether that's on video. I think AC may have that on video because it was at a Sunday City Cipher at Uptown Comedy Club where they was having the Sunday City Cipher at that point that it happened. So that's what they were doing. They was doing the cipher. Then they was closing out because Johnny Styles and DJ Baby Styles were getting ready to leave, and they was trying to do a photo op, and that's why I ended up shutting off because had to get in for the picture, which I have not seen that picture yet. So if you're out there, I need to see that picture. But this is what I found out about the cables. Of course, each, as I mentioned earlier, they have different gauges and different thickness. I mean, the thicker it is, the more conductors that they're gonna have inside. For what I was read up on it, the data speeds increased from 500 milliamps as in the current, and the voltage and the current. The voltage went from let's see, it went from 1 volt. Yeah, no, it went. The voltage has always been 5 volts. The current went up from 500 milliamps to I think the maximum is 2.4. 2.4 is like the highest right now. And in order to do that, you need to have thicker cable. Like I say, and let me write this down. And this is for anything, any type of wire. Um, Smaller a is AWM, AWG, American Wire Gauge. I think that's, if I remember right, that's what it was called. Mm, and like I said, I'm looking over a link to make sure. American Wire Gauge, that's what it's called. AWG. Larger number indicate thinner wire. So the larger the number, the thinner the wire is. The thinner the wire, more resistance, um, less current will be able to go through. So you want a thicker wire, just like with your car battery. Your car battery, if you had a headphone wire running off your car battery, it would not stay long. because you have to have more wire. Like, say for instance, if you're looking down a wire here and a wire here, and let me change the colors. Uh, all right, now say if you're looking down, and if you're looking down a wire, it's going to look somewhat like this. You're going to have a whole bunch of wires, especially if you're looking down on one conductor. You're going to have a whole bunch of wires like that, where a smaller one, you're not going to have that many. And this is just one wire. This is not a pair of wires. This is just one wire. And let's say this one has 16 wires, but this one has 35 wires. This one is going to be the greater. That one is going to be the biggest. So let's see. This one greater than, this one less than. So this one is going to be superior. This one is going to be inferior. And that's how you determine your gauge of wire. All right, let me see what we're running like, what we're looking like on time. Because I think that about wrap it up. Those are all the videos, and okay, I already reached the 2-hour mark. So since there's nobody here, this is just going to be a live session that's going to be available for later playback. But like I said, and I'm going to say this one more time, what you're looking for on the wire, looking for two numbers, it's going to say AWM. And then right here, it's going to have a number with either a C or a P. And then you're going to have it separated by plus, and then another set of numbers, AWM. Wait a minute, AWG. Let me start that over. Numbers, AWG, and then you're going to either have a number here following by a letter. The letter is either going to be a C or a P. And conductor or pair, which is still the same. You're going to have and you're also going to have a plus, and then you're going to have the same thing. but usually in most cases it's going to be a different size. From what I've seen with some of the cables, it may be a smaller size or it may be a larger size. So if I'm right, the understanding is that this is power and this one is data. So you're looking for, in most cases with controllers and devices where you need a lot of data, this is the number that you're looking for. And if this number is smaller than this number, then that's what you want to do. You want to go for I don't know if I said that right. Well, no, that was right. That was right. Your second number, so the first less than the second. Wait, no, that's wrong. Since it's power, first number and then second, so it's going to be this way. First greater than the second. So this one needs to be less and this one can be more. I don't know if they're ever going to be equal, but well, that's it. All right, I'm about to get ready to sign off. I'd like to thank anybody that may have caught this. I posted at the last minute. If you haven't seen it live, you can catch it. I have it posted in like over 15 groups. So I'll catch y'all next week. Next time I'm doing another Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday Live, and you're here with the kid. Talk to y'all later. Peace.